Well, Property Tribes is on location at the Landlord Investment Show here at Olympia in London, and we have come along to the space photo stand. It's very eye-catching, as you'd expect from a property marketing company, and I'm joined by founder Peter. And Peter, such a competitive marketplace out there at the moment.
Yes.
Property marketing is just more important than ever.
Yeah, definitely. Property marketing is very important, and what I wanted to say, many people don't understand that. Yes, it's good to freshen up the property, to maybe paint the property, maybe to refurbish the property. But if you spend £20,000 on refurbishing the property and create dark images that doesn't show what have you done with those 20,000, when the property photography will cost about £100, then I think, on a £20,000 budget, to invest £100 in the pictures, that will going to make the difference. Even if you save a little bit on a one paint bucket, but then you can adjust it after in a Photoshop and create it to stand out, especially when you have to compete with other properties that are out there. And everybody advertises online, so if you don't show it, they don't know it.
Indeed, and I think it's so important that, when people are looking online, they buy with their eyes, and you literally have a matter of seconds to capture their attention, and that's where good photography really just comes into its own.
Yeah, also, not only photography, the thing is, when people look at the listings, and there's too many listings, so people get tired of the amount of information, so they try to spend less and less and actually looking in detail. So they're only going to go and read large descriptions.
Yeah.
So they will, whether the picture speaks to them or no. And that's what we want to do. And also floor plan is a picture that basically shows the layout, gives the idea of the square footage or square meters. And if that information is somewhere hidden or somewhere in a text, it could be missed out and people may not even look at it. So we have to think how to make it easy for people to look at the property and understand the potential and the value of it. Yeah.
Now at Space Photo, you basically provide a service to developers, landlords, agents,
Yes.
and you provide the whole raft of services essentially that are needed to advertise a property on the portals.
Okay. Yeah, so we work with estate agents. They are one of the largest clients that we have, the largest client base. We work with around 100 plus estate agencies in London, and then also we work with architects. That would be the second, if I would rank them first and second in the client basis, and then is a private landlords and developers. And basically, more or less, we are business to business, but we don't say no to a private landlords if they need any help.
So what are the services you offer?
So the services would be property photography, floor plans, inventories, EPCs. That would be for whoever wants to advertise their property. And for an architect, we do measured house surveying. So we go out to a property, measure everything up, create the plans, and they after can work on them and create planning permissions. So we do like a data collection.
Fantastic. What you've been sort of saying to me, I've been getting the feeling that you think that the floor plans are almost as important as the photographs.
100%, yes. I've been looking at properties myself, and I will say many properties don't have floor plans, but that's very important information, especially when we're talking about 500, 600,000 pound properties, 300, whatever is the price, because square footage or square meters equals to the price. And let's say if you spend 500,000 pounds on a property and you get only 50 square meters or 100 square meters, that makes a big difference. And if you, at the end of the day, arrive at the property and realize the layout doesn't fit for me, or I don't feel that this is good for us because maybe that's on the 5th floor instead of the ground floor, then, maybe for family with buggies where there's no elevators, it will not going to be helpful. So this information basically will avoid wasting your time and the potential tenants or buyers of the property or visiting. They can see that online already, whether that's a fit or no.
No, I completely agree. I just want to go back to the importance of quality photography, because it is actually worth every penny. It can result in more viewings, it can result in better quality leads. It's a false economy whether you're actually letting or indeed selling a property, not to have a professional set of photographs. And if you're letting a property, you can use those photographs time and time again. So really, I think the photographs are actually the number one thing in the listing,
100%.
probably followed by the floor plan, as you say.
Can I give a good tip for all the landlords out there? Many landlords don't know that, but property photography comes at the agent's cost. So if you give your property to rent or to sell for an estate agent, just ask them, are you doing your shots professionally? Because those shots will determine how much void time we're going to be there, and guess who's going to be paying the mortgage? It is you, the landlord, not the agent. So agents don't care, they only care about spending less and achieving more. But actually, by having the pictures done professionally, you can rent it faster. You can maybe achieve better price for it. And if that is not at your cost, and you only have to simply ask them, why not? Especially if you sell property and you have to pay £8,000, £12,000 in commissions, and they're not willing to invest just a little bit in property photography to highlight your property, then I think that is a strong indication.
I agree with you. I think that's a very good tip, Peter, because you could actually, when you're determining which agent to look for sale or let, you could actually look at the quality of the photographs of other landlords and vendors that they're representing and see if they do invest in good quality photographs.
100%. And I would say, when people say estate agent, what feeling they have? Many people have like a bad feeling, but it shouldn't be the case, because the landlord at the end of the day is choosing which agent to use. Just do quick research, have a look at them, what kind of marketing they have for their own website and for their own properties they're advertising, and that is what you'll be expecting for your property. So, and if you pay somebody commissions of thousands of pounds, why not ask them something in return? I think yes, it's you have to do it. Don't be shy.
Absolutely. Well, it's really great to talk to you, Peter. How long has Space Photo been going?
Space Photo been going for around 3 years. Before we were doing self-employed, but just as a company 3 years already. We are a team of 15. We do about 400 properties on a monthly basis, and we cover whole London and Birmingham with fixed prices. Anything in the rest of the UK we cover as well, but only we have to calculate how much the travel charge will be there. So yeah, we can do anything. Even we are flying tomorrow to Glasgow to do one job there. Yeah, even in Glasgow. And somebody called and asked, could you do in Milan floor plans? I said, yeah, we can do it, no problem. Yeah.
Well, I take my hat off to you. You sound like a very enterprising and entrepreneurial young man, and thank you for sharing some really great tips with us. So we've been talking to Space Photo here at the Landlord Investment Show at Olympia in London, and I'm sure you've enjoyed hearing Peter's insights into the importance of photography. We cannot stress enough how important it is, and floor plans as well.